Join us in this episode as we set off on our first night sail before reaching Scotland.
We're just preparing to set off for our sail back to Milford Haven, so we're at the Scilly Isles at the minute, as you know, and it's going to be about a 24-hour sail, probably around a force 4, 5 and 6 to get back. We're just prepping inside, just making sure we're all shipshape, nothing's going to fall off, because it probably will be quite a big sea on our beam, I think, and probably behind us as well. So we're just getting sorted, and this will be our first night sail on Constantia. Unlike Nova, where we had a lee board, we have lee sheets, which I'm not sure if they're any good or not. I guess we'll see. Apart from this side has them, and this side doesn't have the clips for it. We could probably fasten it onto there for this one, but nothing on the other side, so around the mast maybe, yeah. Matthew's getting all togged up. We've got 8-metre waves, force 9.
Not that bad.
We're going to keep Lancer downstairs with Sue, I think, because it's going to be a bit of a rolly sea.
Yeah, the only problem is I doubt he'll...
Yeah, I don't think he'll be very happy about it.
Won't be happy about that.
Any last words, Matthew, before we set off?
It's not going to be that bad, is it?
The life jackets are on. In between the leg. Oh, and one is clipped, but I can't find my other strap, so Matt's going to have to try and tog me up in a minute. I can't find my other between my leg strap. Is it still rolled?
You only have one.
What?
You only have one between your leg strap.
No, you don't. You have one either side.
No, you don't.
What, so I just have one strapped to me like this?
Yeah.
I'm sure
we
you...
used to have two.
Yeah, you used to have two.
But we brought more expensive ones last time.
Oh, we got the cheapo one, so now we're at just one leg strap.
Oh.
All togged up, we set off on our first overnight sail. You'll have to excuse the state of me. We've been sailing for about... How many hours have we been sailing? I don't know, but Matthew says we've got about 15 left to go. We've got 12 knots of wind with us, and we're doing 4.2. I think that we're doing actually about 5, and we've been sailing for 7 hours. I think we're doing about 6 knots though, aren't we, over the ground? Because we have tide with us, which is mean we're powering down the Bristol Channel. It is a bit like a washing machine at the minute. He's correcting me. We're up the Bristol Channel. It's a bit like a washing machine at the minute, you can probably tell. We're rolling forwards and side to side, but it's actually not bad. We've got a few boats around us, a few tankers, but all is going well. I'm not sure how much I'll be filming. But yeah, Lancer's up here. I'll show you Lancer and Matthew, who is clipped on. There's Matthew in his life jacket and hat. Down here, I don't know. Down here we have Lancini, who was not happy downstairs, so he's up on deck with us. Clipped on at the minute, as you can see, with his own makeshift little harness.
So we're here now in Milford Haven. We're just waiting to go in through the lock. We've got to wait 20 minutes, so we're just floating around in the main channel. There's some big old gas and oil carriers. We had a good night sail. It was quite choppy. It was the Bristol Channel, so it is like a washing machine anyway. So, but we did it. We got through. Everyone's a bit tired now, getting up and down in the night on watches, etc., rolling around in bunks. So we're all a bit knackered, but we're all ready to go in. We're going on G24. We'll get moored up, and then we'll get some admin done.
Alwyn, Milford Haven, stay ahead.
And he's been calling for Alwyn for a while, who needs to go into the lock. And we're waiting. When they come out, we'll be able to go in. So that's the plan. After a couple of days of rest and admin completed, it was time to move on.
This morning we're setting off to Fishguard. I don't think we can be getting that wrong. We've been in here a few days now. This is Milford Haven. There's not really that much to do apart from eat a lot, so we've all eaten far too much. So it's good that we're going to be leaving. We don't really have any wind today, but we might have quite large swells. Not as bad as what we had leaving the Scillies, but a little bit bumpy, probably more like when we sailed to Foy. But no wind, and the weather is really warm but really rainy. It's that misty rain, so I'll get as much footage as I can. Lancer's behind me crying because he wants his morning dentastic. But yeah, we'll get to Fishguard today, and we're slowly heading up to Log, Scotland. We've just arrived at Fishguard. We saw the biggest dolphin ever, but I'd missed it on camera because it was only here for a short while. It's probably like 6 foot long. It was huge. But we're anchored in 1.2 metres, so we're going to have to keep an eye on depth, but we are lowest astronomical, Matthew is?
1.7.
1.7, so we're all right even at lowest astronomical, but we'll still keep an eye anyway. Matt's just pumping up the tender to take the dogs ashore. We've had no wind all day, so we have had to motor. But we're all good. It's happy days. It's been a lovely warm day, and we saw puffin. So it's quite windy here. Yeah, we've got like 17 knots, where we've had like 9 with us maybe. There's a lot of old men in their little pants around here, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, he's with his dog over there, and he's just been in. I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest. I'd be in, but after seeing that bloody dolphin, I don't want to be eaten.
I've been told I've got to talk. She's here again, getting at me. I don't know which one of these I need. That one. Right, what did you want me to say? What we're doing today? Tomorrow. We're at Fishguard now. We are going to Isle of Man tomorrow, 24-hour sail. But probably not much wind at all, unfortunately. I've got to pump this tender up because I've got an idiot dog who needs to go ashore. Here he is. So I'll pump this up, we'll go ashore. There's a little fort up there, we're going to go have a look. I think I can see a cannon. I can also see cows, so that's going to be fun. And then, yeah, tomorrow we'll go to the Isle of Man. I think we should teach Lancer to pump this up. It's mainly for him.
He's behind you crying.
I know.
Hurry up, peasant.
Yeah, that's
Pump
exactly
this
what he's
tender
doing.
up for me.
Hurry up. We're just leaving Fishguard. We spent a lovely night here. There was no wind or anything, so it was good night. Good holding here, it's all mud, so dug in quite nicely. And we're only in about 2 metres of water. Well, sorry, 3 metres of water, 1 metre beneath the keel. So that was, yeah, a good night. And now we are heading to the Isle of Man. So it should be on course, about 24-hour crossing. So yeah, we're just leaving. Should be a good time. At the moment we've got a whole 1.5 knots of wind. So yeah, we're not doing any sailing for a while, but forecast does show it picking up about midday on a run. So we should hopefully get under canvas then. Then in the night it switches around and then comes from the north. So we can probably get a bit of sailing done then as well. But at the moment it's just motoring. Oh no, it's after this bit. Picking your sorrows and your joys. This fiddle one, I can fiddle. Cream, just go whistle one, next whistle. So we're here at the Isle of Man. We got here yesterday midday. It was not a bad crossing. It just in the morning it got quite choppy as the wind shifted to the north. It got quite a bit choppy and everyone was very tired from it. So we kind of just slept all yesterday, recovered, and had a Chinese takeaway. That was nice. There's no Chinese here. Now I am just planning, because we're only here. We wanted to spend a bit longer in the Isle of Man because never really been here. And wanted to have, there seems to be quite a bit of history here, but unfortunately the weather's turning, so we're now getting ready to head up to Scotland. So I've just been doing my route planning. So working out when to leave. We're going to leave at 12 tonight. The tide will be slightly against us when we leave. Mainly because what I'm after is getting to the Mull of Galloway and the North Channel, which is the gap between Scotland and Northern Ireland. I want the tide with us there because it can get quite strong. So we'll leave here at 12 at midnight, and that gives us 6 to 8 hours to get to the North Channel, which is about how far away, before it turns. So the tide turns at 0600. When it turns, it'll then be with us going through the North Channel, which is nice. We'll get through the North Channel just as it's starting. By the time we're through the North Channel, it'll be turning back against us, but that's fine because we'll then come round the top, around Stranraer, and be heading northeast up the Firth of Clyde towards Arran. So that's our destination. We're going for Brodick. So we'll go up to Brodick. The tide will be turning with us there, and we'll then be able to go up there. At some point, the tide will turn against us while we're going up to Brodick, but it doesn't really matter. Once you're in the Firth of Clyde, it's only about 0.2 to 0.3 of a knot against us. Unlike when we go through the North Channel, it'll be 0.4 to 5 against us, which we didn't want, but it won't be because I've timed that they'll be with us. I've worked out waves, so the forecast of waves are 0.3 metres away from the west for 12 till about 5. It'll be 0.3 metre west with 3-second intervals. Then it'll be swinging around to southwest, so about 8 o'clock, which is when we should be getting to the North Channel. It'll be southwesterly, 0.4 of a metre, and it'll be like that all the way through the North Channel. And then when we swing around, it'll be switching to southwesterly or southerly, and that will be increasing to 0.6 to 0.7 of a metre. But by then we'll be on a run with it, so it won't be as bad. Wind-wise, when we set off, there's not going to be much wind at all. Force 1 to force 2 northwesterly, so we'll probably have to motor most of the way to the North Channel. As we're getting close to the North Channel, so at 0500, it will build up to a force 3 from the west. By 0800, it'll be force 4 southwesterly. Hopefully, that's the forecasts are correct. So by then we'll be able to sail, which we need to do because we motored all the way here from Milford Haven. We've only got just over a quarter of a tank left. I'm not sure how accurate this is, so we might have loads of fuel left, or we might just be down to a quarter, so I want to try and save it. So we need to do some sailing. Also, I prefer sailing. So hopefully by 0500 we'll be able to get the sails up and be able to sail all the way to Brodick, which we should get there at 2000 hours the Thursday evening. Of course, some of it will be on a run. We've only force 4 behind us, so it might slow us down because I work everything out at about 5 knots cruising speed. So if we go below 5 knots, we might be a bit behind that, but we shouldn't do with the tide with us, etc. So hopefully, all going well, it should be about 20 hours and we'll be in Arran, back in Scotland.
Matt's just enjoying his morning bacon and egg sandwich. Actually, his second bacon and egg sandwich while he sits at his chart table. We had a really nice evening sail. And we had pretty calm seas and a nice amount of wind to get Constantia going at 6.5 knots. And I'm going to let Matthew, once he's had his cob, explain how long it's going to be until we get to Brodick Bay. But I'll let him feed his faith at the moment. Lance has got his sea legs all for a bacon sandwich. You could probably just see him rocking forwards and backwards for it.
They're having a crew discussion because father will not give up watch and mother would like to be on watch. So.
I don't necessarily want to be on watch, but he's tired.
He's tired, so my dad needs to get his head down for a bit. Anyway, we're on our way. We're just rounding out of the North Channel and we're heading north to Brodick Bay, where we'll pass Elsa Craig. It should be, what time is it now? 10. So it should be about another 8 or 9 hours. Winds dropped away a bit though. We've got force 3 for south-southwest. So it's quite we're on a run. which is stalling the jib at the moment. I put the main out on a preventer. The jib keeps failing, so Genoa. So I might have to bring that across and go wing on wing, or furl away the main and just run the Genoa. But we'll see. I'll go up there in a minute. Now I've had my sandwich.
Morning everyone. We're currently not where we wanted to be. It's not a terrible thing to be honest, but these storms are just horrendous. We just keep getting maybe a day or two and then we get hit by storms. So we had a beautiful sail yesterday from the Isle of Man to Scotland. And we had at one point 27 knots of wind and we got up to 7 knots of speed with Constantia. It was just a really beautiful day. It did start raining a lot. And the visibility dropped, but it was really nice still. And then we saw Arran come through the clouds, and Arran's just a stunning place. If you've not been, it's mini Scotland, it's stunning, and we were all looking forward to Arran Gold, Arran Whisky and Arran Chocolates. It's what got us through all of the overnight sailing. But we went to pick up a mooring in Brodick, because the mooring buoys there are free. But the wind was gusting over 20 knots. The little chop had started to pick up, and then when we looked at the forecast, there were gales going to be forecast today and over the weekend. So if it was just me and Matt, and even his parents, that'd be fine. However, with us having the dogs, we couldn't really get them ashore in the tender. It was just not nice. So we ended up pottering over to Milford Haven. That's where we are now. And we're going to be staying here for a couple of nights until the weather clears up, and then we're going to head back to Arran and redo getting the chocolates, whiskey and everything. But we always like the yacht havens. The staff are really friendly here every time. I've never had an issue with them, and we're actually looking at winter berthing here just so that we can build up funds and buy. We want a solar arch, we want other bits, that's my dad. Build up funds and get Constantia where we want it to be before we do Norway and the Baltic, which is kind of the plan at the minute. So yeah, we're just sitting in here. We're going to do some admin as always, and then we'll be off to Arran hopefully. Fingers crossed. Please weather let up a little bit because it is peeing it down again.
So I've managed to save up a bit of pennies, and I've been after updating some of the safety equipment. So we've got normal horseshoes, but I wanted a throw one to replace one of them. So we've got a Seago rescue system here. The rescue sling, which is, it's got a horseshoe inside and it's all connected by line, so you throw this to people. And then you may have seen I've got the yellow inflatable dam buoy on the back. It came with Constantia. I don't trust it, it's all broken and out of date. So I've also been after a new one. They had one here, so I managed to get one of these, which is the Seago inflatable dam buoy. So that replaces the one we've got. So that'll be connected to one of the horseshoes that we've currently got. And we've been having a pain pulling the tender up ramps and beaches, so I got some wheels for the tender. I can put them on. Slightly confused with this one. It's all right, but you open up. Why is it only that size in there? What else is meant to go in here? My problem isn't the size as such. Well, it is the size, but you know, like in a big sea, as you're going over waves, it's going to do that. Unless it's meant to go on the back, but then I won't really go on the back. I was going to put it, I guess I'll go on one of them. But anyway, yeah, it's still rock, so might have to. Is something else meant to fit in here with it? Doesn't say in the instructions. Is there a bigger version and they just use the same box for both? God knows. But anyway, I think I might have to put something in here with it to stop it from bouncing around. We've now left Logs. You might be able to see it behind us. It's nice and sunny finally. We've found some good weather. And we're making our way to Butte. We're going up the Cowes Butte to anchor at the Burnt Isles, one of our favourite spots. But we're going to have to mow it because it's currently about 4 to 2. So we won't sail very fast in. So having a nice little motor, got the fishing rod out, see if we catch anything. We'll make a good way up there. made it to the Burnt Isles. We're all happily anchored now. We're anchored in about 6 metres, quite close in. It's closer than I normally anchor. I thought we'd get right in, be in a nice shelter. Not as far to then take Lancer ashore, who's just here next to me. Not sure if you can see him. We have been ashore. He needed his walk, so we've just done that. But unfortunately, there's a lot of flies around in the woods, so some have followed us back. So that's why he's falling asleep here, but he's keeping an eye out for them. Tomorrow we're going to move off, head towards Loch Ranza, but it's still an easterly, so Loch Ranza might not be very good, or might be a bit choppy, so we'll see when we get near it. We could go in because the wind's so low, but we'll see. There's an anchorage just north of it we might want to try, so we'll see what we plan. For the moment, we're just going to enjoy it here. She's here. What are you up to?
No, I was laughing because I didn't know if you were going to spin it around and I'd just be standing here.
With the dogs walked, we settled in for the evening. We're just leaving the Burnt Isles now. We're going to, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong, so apologies, Scalpsy Bay, which is where?
The southern end of Butte.
Southern end of Butte. It's supposed to be warm today, but it is quite cloudy at the minute, so we've got soggy dogs and soggy Matthew, but the Burnt Isles were beautiful as always. Matt went ashore, had a little bit of a walk, and we were greeted by the midge.
We're here now in Loch Ranza. We didn't really film coming in because it's raining now and we don't want to damage the camera. But we're here. We're on a mooring buoy. They're now £20 a night, suggested donation. You can do it online or in the honesty box. There's also a pontoon that you can put your tender on, so that's pretty good. You can anchor here as well. We're on the mooring buoy, make life easier. And we like to support the local community and stuff, so we don't mind paying a bit. On that note, we've just been to to the distillery. So I've just got back from that, took Lancer ashore, and I've come back with some treasure. So I got me single malt, the Macrimore, or however it's pronounced. I'm probably butchering it, but this is the peaty one. It's the one I normally get. They now do a single malt in, what is that word? Saturn, which is, so Arran Whisky is not very peaty at all normally. They do a special peaty one, which is the one I like. Their normal single malt isn't peaty, and this one's done in a apricot and pear combined with a touch of in a glorious Saturn's cask. So this is, whatever that word is, it's in that cask. What is that, Mom?
Sorry, what?
What is Saturn?
Sauterne is
Sauterne.
a French wine.
It's a French wine, so it's been
White
finished
wine.
in a French white wine cask. And it says it's quite sweet and sweetness and
Sweet.
richly rewarding partnership between Arran single malt and the glorious Saturn.
Sauterne.
Sauterne. That's not how you spell Sauterne. Saturns.
Sauterne.
Oh well, yeah. You know my ability to pronounce anything. The other thing we got is Arran Gold, because that's always good. And Paige loves, and we all love really, they're Arran Gold truffles. So these are chocolate truffles made with the Arran Gold, which are really nice. They're made at the chocolate place at Broderick, I believe it's. So, there, ready for a nice wee dram this evening.
We're all sat up on deck, having a wee dram of our new whiskies. Did we show our new whiskies? We did, didn't we? We didn't show a taste test. Me and Sue bought one of the whiskies from Arran that said it was sweet and came out of a Sauterne. and had apricot sweet flavours. It turns out that ours is stronger than Matthew's and burns your nose here, but we've added a little bit of water to it, much to Matthew's dismay. He won't let us add lemonade or anything, and he's had his very peated whiskey. We also bought some Arran truffles, of course, at the entire box in one sitting. Tomorrow we're going to head to the sandwich station, but for now we're just enjoying a nice dram on deck and looking at the nice mountains around us. Is it called a mountain around us?
I think.
Mountains or big hills?
I'm not sure, because the highest peak over there is only 500, I think. So I'm not sure if that's just a big hill.
So it's not
Big
classed as a
hills.
mountain.
Cheers to being back in Scotland.
Cheers!
Cheers. It's my mum in background. She's had a few. Join us next time for our longer wait sandwiches, a beautiful sail to Otter Ferry and a trip through the Crinan Canal.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that, please leave a comment below and like the video.
If you want to stay up to date, please subscribe and we'll see you on the next one.